Hello Aries, welcome to your weekly reading for the week of June 6th to the 12th. We're going to go ahead and do your reading today. I just wanted to say hello and welcome. This is a general reading for everyone's specific sun sign, or I think the other one that's also good is your rising. So rising or sun zodiac sign. So if you are here on Aries, welcome. We're going to go ahead and get started. Please keep in mind that these messages may not all resonate with you. Take what doesn't and take what does. Leave what doesn't, take what does. And just so you are aware, at the end of this video, make sure that you let me know what you thought about this reading, how you liked it, etc. And also if you have any suggestions. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so Aries, this is for the week of June 6th to the 12th, 2020. Let's go ahead and pull some oracle first. All right, what do we have for Aries? Aries. Woo! All righty. Three oracle for Aries. 1, Aries, 2, 3. All right, so I know you guys can't really see it very good. So apparently if I hold it like this, you can see it a little bit better. You still can't see it fully, but I'll show you. So for our 3 oracle, we have Diamond. Oopsies. You will be receiving or giving a precious gift. We have the Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. And we have the Grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. So let me go ahead and clarify all of these. I will start with the Diamond. Usually the Diamond represents you getting something. It's not usually a gift, but it can be. What does the Diamond represent for Aries? Okay, so for the Diamond, what I'm getting here is that there was some sort of past abuse or, mistreatment or harassment that you were receiving at some point, rather recently. And it looks as though there is some sort of fear anointed to this mistreatment that you received. Maybe just nervousness, worries, anxieties, but it looks as though it's still on your mind. You're kind of thinking of it, like remembering it. And it looks as though what you're going to be receiving first off is protection. So rather this is like physical, you're not going to be around this mistreatment or harassment, rather it's a person or a situation. Or maybe spiritually, you're going to learn how to protect your energy from this situation and to make sure it doesn't happen again. The next thing I see here is that there may be an authoritative or dominant person that you guys are involved with or working with, rather that's through work or romance, who has been mistreating you. So this situation has to do with someone who likes to either act like they're in charge or they are like a boss. And it looks as though somehow you're going to be leaving this situation. I believe you need to be a little bit careful with your choice to leave because you could end up doing it a bit recklessly or carelessly. And it shows that you are not learning your lessons. So something that you don't want or you're not attracted to anymore, you might just immediately, you might like give up easy, or maybe you just don't want to deal with it and you think it's better to leave. However, so like for example, let's say this is work and this person that we're dealing with is a boss. You're like, okay, I'm not being mistreated anymore, so I'm going to leave. And you leave, but you don't have a backup plan. It could also represent like if it's a romantic situation, like, you're just going to leave instead of making sure you have a place to live or making sure that you are stable enough to leave, because for some people you might end up trying to go back immediately, or some people, you might end up having to be like living in your car or something. Of course, if you're in an abusive situation, you should definitely leave. as soon as possible. But I think that whatever this is, no matter what the circumstances are, before leaving this situation, you need to be considerate of how you do it and make sure you write out a safe plan. Now, for those of you this doesn't resonate with, this can also represent that someone else is going to recklessly or carelessly leave a connection that you are in. And I think that this is a fear that you have, but they are going to do it. And it's also coming up as, like I said earlier, you're not learning your lessons. So this can be like maybe you keep getting with the same people, taking the same types of job offers, or you're just like repeating mistakes that you shouldn't be repeating. So that's what we have for the diamond. Let's see what we have for the fox. The fox typically represents that you are very smart and resourceful, so don't act otherwise. But let's see what it says. What do we have for the fox for Aries? Fox for Aries. Okay, so this kind of piggybacks a little bit off of what we just talked about. It looks like, first off, you are very resourceful, and whatever you're attracted to, usually you're a go-getter. So you like to achieve the things that you are drawn to achieve instead of just like leaving them behind. But they're not always good for you. That's the problem I think I'm getting here, is that like, even if you're attracted to something bad or toxic, you may try to achieve it anyway. So the big message here for the fox is that you're putting way too much energy towards recklessness and carelessness. Rather, this is yourself, your own personality acting reckless or careless, or this is another person or situation that you are involved with who is reckless and or careless. And because of this, you're going to encounter a loss. This can mean a couple different things. If this is a job, you may end up getting fired because you're being reckless. If this is a person, you're going to end up losing the connection because they just aren't, they're not responsible, or you're not responsible. It could be that you're working on an opportunity of some sort, but you're acting too recklessly to grasp it. So that will encounter a loss as well. Now, I do believe that this could possibly be saved in some circumstances, probably not if it's love related, but if it's not, then if you start working on protecting your boundaries, so meditation, grounding, keeping yourself a bit more, leveled, I suppose, and working on being able to make decisions in a non-rash way, being able to make sure that things resonate with you when you are working on them or around them. Basically, you just have to cut off this reckless or careless energy if you want to keep whatever this loss is, whether that's yourself or another person. Because if you are involved with a reckless or careless person, you need to lose them anyway, because you may start to lose everything around you before you lose this person, and ultimately leaving you with like nothing, because that's what these types of people do to us. So that's all for the fox. Remember that you are resourceful and smart. Now for the grasshopper, this one is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to see what it's talking about. What is the grasshopper talking about for Aries? Okay, very simple. There is an ending that either you are currently going through or you will be going through soon, and it's going to lead you into this like solo mode. You're going to have to deal with it by yourself. Now, the grasshopper represents being balanced. It's extremely important that you use your own wisdom and balance to navigate a situation. And the situation you need to navigate in a balanced and grounded way is whatever this ending is. Because it's going to put you in this mode where maybe you're not used to being alone and you're going to be required to be alone for this. But it comes up as unnecessarily alone. So maybe you don't need to be as alone, or it could just be that you're not used to being alone. So whatever it is, you need to learn how to balance yourself, balance your life. Because remember that if you're lacking in one area of your life, you usually fall into the other areas and start lacking. So if you're lacking in finances, for example, that could piggyback and lead to you having poor mental health. If you have poor mental health, that will usually piggyback into your physical health or your finances because you're too tired to work or whatever it is. Stay balanced, make sure that you are making good choices, and if you do end up having to fight alone after or with this ending, reach out for help. You are able to reach out to available resources, and remember that you don't need to do everything by yourself. And if you're scared to be alone, just remember it's okay, and spirit will not put us in situations that we cannot handle. Even though, yes, some of them are cruel and crude and horrible, they're all part of our life path for a reason. And some people don't like when I say that because we go through difficult things, but we all go through difficult things, and everything happens for a reason. So Aries, that is all I have for you for this week. It seems very natured to you needing to learn your lesson about grounding and staying grounded, meditation, and all that stuff. So I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that everything made sense. Please leave me some sort of feedback, and you will be able to catch me on Patreon if you are interested in an extended reading where I will go a little bit more in depth, and I will pull out 3 more cards to see what is needed for you for the week, and if there's any new exciting events. But I'll see you on the other side. Bye, guys.